Peace to the gods. Shout out to the goddesses. I go by Naafie, the hip hop magi. You could just call me Naafie. And I just work here. But nah, this video is gonna be about authenticity, right? What does it mean to be your authentic self, and like what it actually does for you, versus trying to be something you're not, right? You know, I'm just outside. I'm about to go hoop a little bit. You know what I mean? Shout out to my guy Mike Sound for letting me borrow the ball. Like, the people always talk about being authentic, and the main reason for it is because, like, the universe, the divine, right? It works and manifests for you easier and to a stronger degree when you are working by your design, right? We're all designed to have certain traits, certain attributes, right? We're all designed to have certain skills, because at the end of the day, we help complete the whole picture, right? A prime example, right? Men were created to like women. Women were created to like men originally, right? If that's your belief system, right? Or let's just say it in this way. The masculine principle was designed to be attracted to the feminine principle, and the feminine principle was designed to be attracted to the masculine principle. You know, they say opposites attract, right? So with that being said, right, everything is designed for a specific purpose. And it's when we don't follow that specific design that we fail, right? So let's say me, for an example, right? I was designed to be an artist, right? Period. Even if it takes some work to do it, right? Because to have a talent, you're born with a talent. Skill is acquired over time, right? I was designed to be an artist, but then I decide I want to be a plumber. Sure, I can have the attributes to be a plumber, right? You know, I can learn how to be a plumber, but ultimately that's not my purpose, right? That's not what I was put here to do. So even though I could probably make money being a plumber, or even being an electrician, or any type of those kind of career fields, like, that wouldn't make me happy. Even if on the outside I seem successful, internally I'm gonna feel like I'm unsuccessful because I didn't follow my design purpose, right? And now you're kind of seeing where we heading with this thing, right? Whenever you, let's take like, let's say an artist, for example, right? If an artist is copying someone else's style, or copying someone else's way of expression, right? They may be unhappy with that, or they may not see the same type of success that artist did. And why is that? Because it's not authentic to them. It's something that they saw, right? And rather than being inspired to be their most authentic self, they're instead choosing to copy someone else because they saw success, right? And this is kind of the issue we start to get into when we talk about different rappers and artistry and things of that nature. Artists are copying others because they think that it's going to give them success, when the people that they're copying were authentic to get to their success, right? Wayne is different than Kanye. who's different than Jay-Z, who's different than, and so on, right? Different, everyone's at a different degree, right? And it's funny that you have many artists who try to copy a Kanye or not really copy Kanye, but you can't really copy that nigga. That nigga's different. Try to copy like a Wayne, right? A lot of artists have tried to mimic Lil Wayne, right? And a majority of them have not really seen success. Now, the kind of kink in the chain, right, is that the industry tends to create carbon copies of artists for their formula. And while on the outside, they may seem successful, right? Perception is everything. The reality is that internally, these people probably don't feel successful, right? We've all heard the horror stories of these contracts that these artists sign. You know what I mean? So you then have to ask yourself, okay, well, are they really even successful? You know what I mean? Whereas, let's say, who's a not industry? Let's say, for example, Russ, right? Russ is what you would deem successful, but he doesn't do so at the whims of trying to copy someone, right? He has his own authentic sound that people rock with, and he does his own thing, right? He doesn't try to copy nobody. He does his own thing. He operates of his own volition, etc. And he feels happy and successful. Or someone like Tyler, the Creator, right? Pretty much been authentic his entire career, produced his own joints, was like vastly like just unorthodox with it, and saw success. You feel me? So at that point, you have to ask yourself, well, damn, which breeds success in the end? Is it copying the formula or being yourself, right? And again, like, this is something that's real simple, but when you start to kind of dissect it, right, it can get complicated, right? Why aren't people being authentic? Because they feel like, because the immediate gratification, right? The dopamine that you get when you're on IG and, do certain things and etc. The immediate gratification isn't as noticeable, right? The immediate, like, you don't feel the effects immediately when you're authentic, right? It takes time, right? I was having a conversation with my man's Blue Flame James. Shouts out to him. I was having a conversation with him where we were talking about the slope of how artists become successful, right? So those who have a sharp incline, right, in their success have a very sharp decline in their success, right? Versus someone who takes their time, right? If you think about a slope, what goes up must come down, right? So if you have a very steady slope up, you're going to have a very steady slope down, which is longevity. You know what I mean? Versus you just shoot up to the top. And guess what? Your fall is going to be equal. So you can shoot down to the bottom, right? And the thing that breeds you staying successful for a long time is being different than what other people are seeing. And the only way to do that is through expressing your authentic self, right? Everyone that you can think of that is successful or prominent or quote unquote rich or wealthy, you know what I mean? Someone who's built a legacy. All of these people have been different than what is out there. And not different in terms of, I'm going to just do the opposite of what everyone else is doing, because now you're basing it on what everyone else is doing. And that's kind of what I'm getting at, right? where it's not based on what other people are doing. It's more so based on, this is who I am. Let me show you that, right? And any artist, any businessman, entrepreneur, right? Those who have decided to innovate in their own way have always been successful. So you then have to ask yourself, and these are the same people that are literally always essentially at the top, or these are the people that you see have a, for lack of a better phrase, they have a longer lasting supporter base. So you have to ask yourself, what actually breeds true power at the end, right? Even spiritually, right? Just to hint on the spiritual tip, right? Like I said at the beginning of the video, when you're your authentic self, right? When you are who you are and embody that, your manifestations come easier, right? So when you're being your authentic self, it's easier to manifest certain things. It's easier to get certain results. But when you're copying someone else's results and you're not that person, you kind of like confuse the universe, because it's like, oh, I want to be this person, but you're not that person. So what are you doing? You know what I mean? And then you start to experience blockages, right? And even if on the surface you can see some type of success, or you can see immediate results because the formula already exists, that doesn't mean that it will stay, right? You know, again, talk about that incline. Sharp incline, sharp decline, right? So if you, like, even if you blow up, right? Like if I blew up tomorrow copying somebody, right? Would that make me happy? No, because that person is eventually going, you know, again, like this person has built their brand off of this, whereas I only did it to copy them. So now it's kind of like you can't continue to copy them because that's not you. And then you're going to start to see the decline, because now the person you copied is now changing it up, and you can't keep up with them because you're not them. So life comes full circle. It really do. So, you know, in reality, like, authenticity is the way to go. So,
Yeah, you do exist.
Of course I do. Because communication works both ways.
You have to learn to be right.
So, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and slide y'all. I'm about to hoop. This guy over here, this character. I don't know if y'all can see him. Nope, I'm not even pointing at him. Yup, nope, that's his son and him. Yup, this guy over here. He swear he nice, but sometimes he chose wrong. But at any rate, for real, I'm gonna go, y'all. So enjoy yourself. Peace. And be authentic. Peace.